Good morning from Hanoi. Today we're diving into the heart of Vietnam's capital to see what all the hype is about. We've got coffee, one of the world's most famous train streets, local markets, historic landmarks, a beautiful temple, and we're finishing the day by checking out Hanoi's legendary nightlife. Let's go and explore the Old Quarter. Right, here we are in Hanoi's Old Quarter. What is the time? About 9 a.m. So just walking the streets. Obviously the footpaths are all taken up with scooters and that, so you kind of got to walk on the road, and we're walking towards the traffic at the moment, which is probably safer, although I did just have a near miss with a motorbike coming up behind me, which I wasn't aware of. But anyway, we've got a busy day ahead exploring Hanoi and checking all the sights and scenes out. First thing we're going to do though is find some coffee. So we're going to a place called Lifted, which was 600 metres or maybe a bit less, 500 metres from our apartment. And we need some caffeine. And something to eat. And then we're going to head out and check out Hanoi, see what Hanoi's got to offer. A couple of things we're going to do today is check out Train Street, go to Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, check out some temples, and yeah, see what we can find and explore. So come along with us, check out today and see what we're doing. Hopefully we make it, because it's madness around here, it really is. It's a hive of activity, that is for sure. So let's see how we go. Every city has its own morning routine, and in Hanoi it starts with coffee. Vietnam is the world's second largest coffee exporter, and its cafe culture is woven into everyday life. Whether it's the famous egg coffee, a rich Vietnamese iced coffee, or simply a quiet place to sit and watch the world go by, there's no shortage of incredible cafes. We chose Lifted Coffee House to kick off our day, and it was the perfect way to ease into exploring Hanoi. With our morning coffee finished, it was time to pick up the boys and head to one of Hanoi's most famous attractions, Train Street. Right, here we are at Train Street, Hanoi. Not really sure on how this is going to work or what the story is. We've done a little bit of research. We've got some tentative times of arrivals, so we'll see how accurate those are. I do understand that times can vary day to day or week to week, so we'll see. There's lots of spots up here. I did hear that they've made Train Street shorter or smaller, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes, but there's some awesome looking cafes and restaurants and everything along here, so we'll go and check it out and see what we can find. There. Right, we're just trying to find our friends. They got dropped off at a different location, so I can see where they are, somewhere around here. Quick travel tip: if you're travelling with family or friends and get separated, drop a pin in your WhatsApp chat. It makes finding each other so much easier, especially in busy places like this. Right, local guys are helping us out here find a place. So we're right on the tracks here. 2 trains, alright. So apparently the trains are coming now, it's quite urgent. Train Street is one of Hanoi's most famous attractions. Several times a day, a train passes straight through this narrow residential street, just inches from the cafes and homes. Moments before it arrives, tables and chairs are hurriedly pulled back, and everyone waits as the train thunders past in an unforgettable experience. Right, there was a real sense of urgency to get our seats, but now no train yet. We've only been sitting a couple of minutes, but there's no train yet. Maybe we're just ordering drinks. The prices are up there compared to Vietnam, but I would expect that around this area. They've got prime seating and prime time. So I heard a bell go. I don't know. But there's plenty of people sitting around here now, so that's a good sign. So we'll see what happens. Right, it's choo-choo time. It's pretty close though.
Wait till there's a line. I said no.
It did, right as I did it. Push it along. I've seen it collect tables, and it just, there's no, like, it's just got full momentum. Hello. The train street. So we did one like that in Thailand. The one in Thailand was way slower. That wasn't as fast as I thought it was going to be though. It kind of cruised along. But yeah, really close. Like I could reach out and touch it. And yeah, it was good. It was cool. It's an experience. Don't know if I overly loved it, but it's all good. Right, train number 2. There's still people walking around all over the tracks. It's all action around here. This is going about the same speed as the last one, I think. Let's have a look.
I guess it's a speed limit.
If you're planning a visit, here's a tip. Arrive about 30 to 45 minutes before the train is due so you can grab a good seat at one of the trackside cafes. Buying a drink will usually get you a front row spot, and the cafe staff are often the best people to ask about the latest train times. We found sitting on the outside of the bend gave us an incredible view as the train came into sight. Fun fact, the railway has been running through this neighbourhood for over a century, and despite becoming one of Hanoi's biggest tourist attractions, is still a fully operational rail line used by passenger and freight trains every day. It's a big one, this one. It keeps going and going and going. Two trains within 10 minutes of each other. It's currently 10 to 12 in the morning, nearly noon, so I don't think we could have planned it better if we tried, to be honest. So that's pretty cool. We're just going to enjoy our drinks now and then go for our next plan of attack. Right, once our drinks were finished, we made our way down the tracks to the main road where we ordered a grab so we could make our way over to the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. Right, a quick grab ride from Train Street is the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, which is a massive area. Hopefully we get to see the changing of the guard, and we're going to have a look around the grounds because it's quite a beautiful area with some traditional Vietnamese architecture, as well as more contemporary design around the mausoleum. So we're going to have a look around. We've got to go through security to get in. It's not ticketed. It's free to enter, but there is security. I won't film the security part, but once we're in, I'll be able to get some footage and sort of give you a glimpse of what it's like in there.
You've got to cover up, I get it. But I don't understand how that's all right.
Right, lessons learned along the way. You've got to be covered from the knees up and shoulders covered as well. So just around the corner, some people selling stuff. How convenient is that? A little bit of bartering on the items to get in, but not huge. So lessons learnt along the way. Right, made it through security. Semi-strict, so definitely don't bring any lighters with you. Not that I did, but one of my travelling companions had a lighter, and They just purchased it and they had to leave it hidden outside somewhere. So there's beautiful grounds and definitely worth coming to visit. So I'm glad we got in. I didn't want to miss this. So definitely well worth the visit. So we're just going to have a walk around now and see what we can find. Just up here is Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to film it or not, so I'll wait till I'm there to see if I can. Alright. We didn't film too much here as security around the mausoleum is understandably very tight and we wanted to be respectful. Even so, it was well worth visiting to appreciate the historical significance and the peaceful gardens surrounding the complex. Right, out the back of the mausoleum is sort of a bit more of a touristy area. It's very serious down that end by the mausoleum, but out the back here, a little bit more touristy. There's water for 10,000 dong. There's different trinkets and things that you can purchase, as you can see here from different market stalls. Beautiful flagged area, but then also there's the one Pillar Pagoda, which is a beautiful piece of traditional architecture and great for photography, but also as a spectacle to see and behold. So I'll just spin you around so you can have a look. Dating back to 1049, the One Pillar Pagoda is one of Vietnam's most famous temples. Built to look like a lotus flower emerging from the water, it's a symbol of purity and has become one of Hanoi's most recognisable landmarks. We actually missed the official changing of the guard out the front of the mausoleum, but as we wandered through the gardens around the back, we spotted the guards making their way to begin the ceremony. It wasn't quite what we'd planned, but it was still a really interesting glimpse behind the scenes. After spending the morning exploring Hanoi's history, it was time for a complete change of pace as we made our way to one of the city's busiest shopping spots, Đồng Xuân Market. Gotta love that name. Right, here we are at the Đồng Xuân Market in Hanoi Old Quarter. First impressions is it's crazy, it's massive, it's huge, and that's just the entrance. So we're going to go and have a look around and see what we can find, see if we can find any bargains or items that we're looking for, and see what the prices are like. See whether they're similar to the streets or any cheaper. They could be cheaper here, maybe than the shops out on the street, so we'll go and have a look. Đồng Xuân Market, Hanoi's largest covered market, originally built in 1889, it's been at the heart of the city's trading scene for well over a century. Inside you'll find everything from clothes and souvenirs to household goods, fresh produce and street food. Even if you're not planning to buy anything, it's a great place to experience the energy and everyday life of Hanoi. Right, we're up here on the second floor now, which is sort of clothing and textiles. It's 4:30 and already it looks like it's shutting up, so you definitely want to come down here during the day. Don't leave it as late as we have, otherwise you might be disappointed with a lot of the shops already closed. So we'll keep looking around, see if there's anything interesting. The prices seem to be similar to on the street, so I don't think you're going to necessarily find a cheaper bargain here, but maybe there's more of what you're looking for. So if there's a specific item you're looking for, there is definitely a large supply of things here, so you might be able to find something specific. But otherwise, bargaining and bartering out on the street is just as good as well, I feel. While everyone else continues shopping and bargaining, I decided to wander around the outside of the market. For me, these are the moments that make travelling so rewarding. Away from the main attractions, you get to see everyday life unfolding around you. Locals going about their day, the sights, the sounds, even the smells. It's a reminder that the way people live here is so different from what I'm used to back home, and that's one of the things I love most about travelling. Our next stop was Ngoc Son Temple, located on a small island in the middle of Ho Chi Minh Lake. Right in the heart of Hanoi. Entry costs 50,000 dong for adults, and once you've got your ticket, you cross the beautiful Red Huck Bridge to reach the temple. Originally built in the 19th century, the temple honours some of Vietnam's most respected historical figures. As you explore, you'll find peaceful courtyards, beautiful decorated halls, intricate wooden carvings, and colourful ceilings that showcase traditional Vietnamese craftsmanship. One of the highlights is learning the legend behind Ho Chi Minh, or the Lake of the Returned Sword. It's a story that's become one of Hanoi's most famous legends and gives the temple even greater cultural significance. Whether you're interested in history, architecture, or simply looking for a peaceful escape from the busy streets outside, it's a place that's well worth visiting. Right, from peace to party, it was time to head to Tạ Hiện Street, better known as Hanoi's Beer Street. As the sun went down, this place came alive. The streets filled with tiny plastic stalls, live music, sizzling street food, and people from all over the world soaking up the atmosphere. Whether you're stopping for a cold drink or simply people watching, it's the perfect place to experience Hanoi's nightlife and a fantastic way to end a day exploring the city. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed coming along, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next adventure.